Cost of living in Australia is quite high, and every dollar counts when you are an international student here in Australia. As they say, every dollar you save is every dollar you earn. So in this video, we're going to discuss about how to save money as an international student in Australia. So first thing is regarding accommodation. Now one of the best way to save money as an international student for your accommodation expenses is by sharing the house with other housemates. So you can look for a house on a website like Gumtree or Flatmates, and you can easily find shared accommodation over there. And if you would like to save further money, you can definitely do that by sharing your room as well. Not every person actually prefers that, but if you would like to save more money, then definitely it's the way to go. Most of the international students do share the house with other people when they're living here. Now the second tip is regarding the transport expenses. So if you would like to save money on your transport expenses, the best thing to do is to get a house or accommodation near your work or your university. But if you can't find accommodation near university, then you can always look for student concessions. Now most of the states and territories allow international students to get student concessions on their travel. So if you are living in one of those cities, make sure you take advantage of that. Now if you don't want to use public transport and you want to save further money, we suggest you to actually get a bike. You can buy a cheap bike from stores like Kmart, or you can buy it online through Gumtree as well. And in some cities, traveling on off-peak hours are much more cheaper than traveling in a peak times. So if you would like to save money, consider your travel plans. And because getting a car is really expensive in Australia, we don't suggest you to do that unless you really need that. The third one is groceries. Now obviously you have to eat food to survive, so you have to spend money on your groceries, but there are some ways you can actually save money over there as well. So what we suggest you to do is to buy your groceries in bulk if possible. Look out for some specials that goes on every single week in all the major supermarkets, which includes Woolworths, Coles and Aldi. Usually most of the international students like to shop at Aldi because it's the cheapest supermarket in Australia. And if you shop regularly at the supermarkets like Coles and Woolworths, make sure to sign up for their reward programs as well, as they give you extra points for shopping regularly there. So whether it's a local supermarket or any food market, it's a good idea to shop at the end of the day, because there are usually price reductions, especially in fresh food items. Now you can save further 5% on your grocery bills by signing up to services like Shopback or Cash Rewards. Basically, you can buy cheaper gift cards from these websites and use those gift cards for purchasing your daily groceries. And these websites like Cash Rewards or Shopback are also useful for getting a cashback on daily purchases that you made in store or online as well. You can sign up for these services for free by clicking the link in the description below. The next one, clothing. Now if you want to save money on your clothing expenses, it's a good idea to actually buy the items off season. So basically buy your winter clothes in summers and summer clothes in winters. And if you really don't want to spend much money on your clothing expenses, then you can go to some op shops like Salvation Army or Winnie's, where they sell some pre-loved or used items as well. That includes clothing. Again, signing up for websites like Cash Rewards and Shopback allows you to get cashback on your purchases as well. We also got a deal section on our website where you can buy your clothing for up to 50% off as well. So make sure to check that out as well. Again, link is in the description below. And always look for some special offers and deals that usually happen around certain time frames in a year. So look out for some specials around Australia Day, Christmas, Boxing Day, Black Friday and end of the financial year sale. The next one is banking and finance. Now most of the international students get a fee-free bank accounts in Australia. So if you are signing up for any bank account, make sure to check that it's a fee-free account. And if you have saved up some money and you would like to get some interest on that, it's a good idea to research for the bank that provides the best interest rates. You can always look up this information by researching on different websites. And if you are transferring money from overseas or to overseas, banks usually does not give you really good exchange rates. So most of the time you are better off going with the private services like Western Union or MoneyGram. The next one is eating out or takeaways. Obviously sometimes we don't feel like cooking at home, so we try to eat out or take away food. Now it can be really expensive for eating out in Australia regularly. Although we advise that you try to cook as much food as you can at home, but sometimes we do feel like eating out. In that case, you should try to look for some discounted offers that are going around in different restaurants and bars. So for example, you can look up for some discounted deals on websites like Coupon, Groupon, and they do usually offer really good discounts on restaurants, eating out, bars, and many other food outlets. Especially around university areas, many outlets do provide discounted meals for students as well. So check them out. And we got a video on how to eat for free if it's your birthday on our channel as well. So make sure to check it out. The next one is haircut or grooming. Now you can always look for a cheaper barber or hair salon where they can cut your hair for cheap. Sometimes it can be as cheap as $10, and always ask for student discounts if you have a student card with you as well. But if you want to save that money as well, then you can go for a local hairdressing training school, as they usually need models for their training purposes. And you can pay a really low fee, or sometimes they do it for you for free as well. And it's a good idea to get your haircuts done during the weekdays rather than the weekends. The next one, entertainment. Now movie tickets in Australia are quite expensive. It can go as high as $25 per person. Yeah, unfortunately it's very expensive. But cinemas do offer cheaper tickets during the weekdays. Especially on Mondays and Tuesdays, tickets are usually cheaper. And again, those websites like Groupon and Coupon sometimes do offer really cheap movie tickets as well. So keep an eye out on those websites. And if you like to do night outs and drink outside, it's a good idea to actually start drinking at home before you go out. As again, drinks can be really expensive in Australia. And if you are going out for a nightclub, it's a good idea to get into that nightclub nice and early, as usually the entry fees for the nightclubs increases after 11 p.m. And we also suggest to bring cash instead of cards as well. The next topic is textbooks. The first saving tip in regards to your textbooks is that you should try to borrow the books from library instead of buying them, as usually those books you only need it for one semester or so it's a good idea if you can borrow it for longer time frames. But unfortunately, lots of times those books are not generally available in the library, or some other students have already borrowed it. So in that case, you should look for second-hand books or used books on websites like Gumtree. And if you do need to buy softwares like Microsoft Office for your coursework, it's always a good idea to look for some cheaper or free alternatives as well. Sometimes softwares like LibreOffice or Google Docs are available for free for you to use instead of buying a Microsoft Office subscription. Last but not the least is gym and swimming memberships. Usually the best way to keep fit in Australia is to do running and exercises in local parks. There are plenty of parks usually available in your local areas, so try to make use of them. But if you're really keen to go to gym or swimming, then you should look for some cheaper membership alternatives. Usually local councils have swimming pools and gyms available for local residents. So try to go on local council's website and look for some membership for gyms and swimming over there. Now if you really want to save some more money, you can always check deal section on our website as well, as we got plenty of deals over there regarding technology, clothing, travel. And we also have just released a new feature on our website where you can actually search flights, hotels, accommodation on our website as well. Again, all the useful links will be in the description below, so make sure to check them out. And if you find value in this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.